You should know you're being recorded.
You're also being recorded. This is the government. No.
By the way, I've taken a job at the CIA, in case you didn't know.
It's casual. It's whatever. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever.
Fine. Hello, we're two random people whose names you will never learn, but you do know where we live, so it's fine.
Super.
Finger guns.
Finger guns.
Guns are bad. Anyways.
Segue. So, I guess I should introduce myself. This is weird.
Do it.
High pressure.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't have that many layers. This is weird. All of a sudden, I feel like I'm slating.
I mean, so we should be used to it. That's exactly how I start all of my auditions. Can you slate for us? Hello. My name is...
Hello, Internet. My name is Casey. I live in Cleveland. I love dogs. Smiling's my favorite. And I really like food.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also enjoy makeup and long walks in the park during the day so that I don't get murdered. And I also really like cats. Your face.
So, I'm Morgan. Deuces. Just kidding. I live in Austin. I am a born and raised Hoosier. I graduated college with a degree in theater and digital media productions. So I'm a little bit dramatic and I'm going to catch it all on camera. I have 2 dogs and a cat, and I have spelunkophobia.
What is that?
It's a fear of caves.
Oh, I thought it was going to be fear of splunking, because isn't that a thing?
Spelunking, yeah. I mean, that's what the basis is. It's
Okay.
like, so basically, like, I don't have claustrophobia. Like, I can be stuck in a tiny closet for days.
Okay.
It's actually very comforting. But like going into like a cave, like deep into a cave where there's like water and stuff, it's terrifying to me. I will have a
scary
panic attack. Don't know why. Never had any trauma with it. Just
maybe you did in a past life.
Possibly.
Maybe that's how you died in a past life.
That's terrifying, and I don't think I'll ever go in a cave again.
Your therapist is going to be like, so Morgan, what's new? And you're like, caves.
Caves. Let's talk about caves. This is where all of my depression stems from. Just caves.
Yes.
Why do they exist?
We need to do an episode where we talk about therapy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's pretty deep, though. We should probably hold off on it.
It's a 2-parter. Stay tuned.
We'll save that for after the holidays.
Yeah. Because you'll all be talking to your therapists about your family.
Oh my God, yes. But I won't, because I ain't going home.
I will.
I gotta work.
Yeah. So do we want to talk about things that millennials ruin?
Sure.
Is that a great foot to set this podcast off on?
You know what millennials ruin is college. It's what they ruin.
And apparently we also ruin shit like napkin industry and watch industry and all that bullshit. It's Weird, I just remembered that like I'm talking to you, but we're also talking to other people potentially.
This is true.
How do you podcast?
I think people will watch us at first, maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe they'll listen to this while they clean.
Oh, yes.
That would be fun.
We just have really soothing voices, and they're like, "Oh man, this makes me want to Lysol my house."
Right? And we just
Not
encourage you
sponsored by Lysol.
that we just encourage you to like clean and be productive. Like it because you don't always, and that's okay. And
Yeah.
we're not going to tell you that you missed a spot.
No, never.
No.
Probably because I'm not looking, but I'll tell you
Right.
that it's clean.
For those of you listening and cleaning and or watching and or procrastinating, hey.
Procrastinate.
But for those of you who don't know, Morgan and I are going to eventually go on an Eastern Coast road trip, and it's super exciting. And there are 2 chiropractors that I watch on YouTube because I'm that person. It's very it's very relaxing and I've learned a lot. So I don't want to hear anything. But they're really freaking good. And I was thinking when we go on our road trip, we should see one of them because one of them is in North Carolina and the other one's in Florida.
Oh, interesting.
So we should go get popped professionally.
That's definitely what the kids are doing nowadays.
They're all getting popped.
Let's go get popped.
Also, I love how our Hoosier accents just come through. Pop.
Pop. You know, I don't think on this Midwestern accent thing, I never called it pop. I always called it like Coke or Pepsi or
Oh,
things
just
like
like
normal
what it
people.
was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I also don't say water, but my grandma does, so I can see it.
My grandpa said wash,
Yep.
but I say wash.
Slowly, the Midwesterners gain their vocabulary back. Correct pronunciation.
Is struggle with words.
It's fine. I'm moving into a Western accent, so that's great.
Oh, that's really cool.
No, it's not. I say y'all so many times. And it's fake too. It's totally fake, but like at the same time, it's real. Like I sound like a tourist saying y'all,
Oh, but
but I
like,
call
do you
everyone y'all.
realize that you're saying it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like when you say ope all the time and you don't realize it and then you do.
That one was a hard realization as to like how much I say ope.
It's a real thing, people.
It is.
Say ope a lot. Still do.
Yeah.
My parents made fun of me the other day.
Ope.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone, this is Chester. He's a little camera shy, apparently.
Chester, the fluffy cat. The fluffiest cat I know. That's all I got.
I don't think he approves.
He looks so happy. Oh God.
Would you like to go down?
Hi, Chester.
Hello.
Welcome to Fur Mom Life.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, and I guess for anyone wondering, that's Xena. I don't know if you can see her or not.
Xena the warrior princess.
She's eating human bones right now. And Ringo will occasionally be seen as a little foxtail, probably like floating this high above the screen.
For clarification, Ringo is not actually a fox.
Yeah.
We don't want sued.
He's a tiny lassie. It's fine. We're also not sponsored by Lassie.
Right.
But
not
no,
yet.
he's yeah, not yet.
That was him. I saw his little tail.
Yes.
For people listening to this while you're cleaning, with Lysol. Not
Yeah.
sponsored. Um, it's okay. You don't have to look right now. Keep cleaning.
Yeah.
You will see all the beautiful, adorable pets in a future episode because you're gonna watch all of these.
Definitely.
Speaking of episode number 1, should
Yes.
we explain to the people how we got here?
Yes. Yes, we should. How did we get here?
Existentially or
Well, I know that my parents loved each other very much, and about 26 years ago, there
they
was
shared a
some
very special hug.
on the other end, there's this thing called, alternate universes, and I believe we're in in the one plane. No.
We just
Um,
hop back and forth between the universes.
yeah.
You know, one
Yeah.
is Berenstain Bears, one's Berenstain Bears.
Oh god. That's just that has already messed with my mind so
Yeah.
much.
Oh yeah. But yes, we were gonna talk about how we got here
I
in this
really don't
podcast.
I don't know.
Totally don't know.
Totally don't know.
Morgan, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Ah!
Hey.
Oh god. Nobody's gonna get that. It's fine. We'll cut it out. Or leave it in for fun.
How we got here
Yeah.
is Morgan and I quite enjoy the podcast My Favorite Murder with Kieran Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark, in
Love
case
it.
you live under a rock. Um,
I did for years.
so did I. It's fine. I think we both started listening to it in the tail end of 2018.
Definitely. Yes.
And I've recently gone back from the very beginning and started listening, which is what Morgan did first, and I took the idea from her. But we love this podcast with our whole hearts, and we took a BuzzFeed quiz, and it was, are you a Karen or are you a Georgia? And we took this quiz, and I got Georgia, and Morgan got Karen, and so basically we're a match made in heaven, and we had to start a podcast.
Yeah.
So 8,000 years later, because my life was falling apart and I moved, and then trying to handle stress of a job, now we are here filming our first podcast episode.
Yes. Thank you for those of you who are listening to our first episode because there's going to be a lot of bumps and a lot of hills, maybe a couple mountains, some trenches, a couple of big Indiana ditches,
But
maybe
you know,
some trees
ain't
in the
no mountain
middle.
high enough, ain't no valley low enough.
Well, we definitely don't have valleys, but we can get pretty close.
The rivers might be wide, but so are our hips, and it's
Yeah.
okay.
Same. Got
Yeah,
them baby birth and hip problems. It's fine.
it's okay.
You haven't heard that? What?
No, I just said it's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's okay that we have wider hips.
Unless you're shopping for pants, then it's not okay.
Yeah. Then it gets difficult, and you get the gap thing at the back, and then you have to wear belts. And exactly.
I never wear a belt. I just wear sweatpants all the time.
I'm wearing sweatpants right now. Not
I
sponsored
mean,
by sweatpants.
same. Yes.
And then we're also doing this thing where we're going through the David's Tea Advent calendar for 2019.
Yes.
And we're doing day 1 today.
Mhm.
And it's the gingerbread blondie, and it's quite delicious. I would say it tastes more like ginger than gingerbread. It's got some citrus in there,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of nutty.
Ooh, I just taste a
Like
lot of the
like
ginger spice.
creamy nutty thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. It kind of tastes like it has some sort of like creamer already in it.
I'll Vanna White this. for you
Dun,
all. It's
dun.
untied because I opened it to get my tea.
I tied the bow back to make it look pretty. I
You're
just
so
didn't bring it
smart.
with me.
So smart. This is why we're gonna get married, Morgan.
Definitely. I mean, it's the holidays.
It is. It is. And as you said, everyone gets engaged during the holidays. And you'll find that I hired a photographer to hide in your room to capture this engagement moment.
I feel like you lied to me.
Did he not show up? He's gonna
No,
be fired.
it's fine. Probably got distracted by all the culture here in Austin.
Yeah. What do you enjoy about Austin while I'm trying to find the ingredients for this tea?
What can I say about Austin? It's a city in Texas. It's actually the capital of Texas. But you wouldn't know that because, it doesn't actually feel like a part of Texas.
Interesting.
Do what? What?
I said interesting.
Yes. Yeah, it is definitely interesting. We have a lot of music. We're basically like the rundown Nashville in a way, and also the next Silicon Valley. Um,
Okay.
so we're just a tiny LA with the same amount of people.
Okay. I from my short time in Austin,
Yeah.
and from what you've described,
Yeah.
I was thinking it's kind of like the rebellious stepchild of Texas that's also really smart and gets great grades
Hmm.
and is really creative.
Yeah. I guess in a way we're kind of like the salutatorian of the class. We try really hard to be
Okay.
at the top, but we're just not. But we're still good.
Oh my God, Morgan. Austin is the millennial of Texas.
Oh dear God. I mean, it's full of them. Yes, I see that. Us. It's full of us. Sorry.
Tie it back.
Oh yeah. Well, that kind of ties us into the other reason why we started this podcast was because we came from like the same place, but we ended
Yes.
up in two completely different places,
Yes, sadly.
sadly. But, we're millennials, so we have the technology, whatchamacallit, advantage? Sure, we'll go with
Sure.
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a technological advantage,
Yes.
unlike our parents.
True. Very true. And that's the tea.
I like that. We should keep that.
I stole it from Sophie Turner.
Oh no. Okay, we should not.
I feel
Oh,
like
that's right. I remember that. I remember
I
that.
feel like she would approve. And that's the tea.
That's the tea. But we're not endorsed by Sophie Turner.
Not yet.
Can we say that tis the tea?
The
We
tis
just change
tea.
it. That tis the tea. Or just tis the tea.
Tis the tea. I like it.
Okay. That way we don't copyright.
Right. Yeah.
Sure. Totally.
Cool.
Toast my goats.
Yeah.
Let's not eat that. Thank you. It's fine.
You still cleaning and listening. Morgan's talking to me.
Do not eat that donut.
I
Don't
had
do it.
vegan donuts today.
You have or you haven't?
I had vegan donuts today. I consumed them.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're full vegan now.
Yes.
So
Well, I eat honey, so a lot of people are like, "You're not vegan," but
you're vegan to me, and that's all that matters.
I support the bees. I buy their product. I want them to keep working.
Excuse you.
Support the bees.
Yes.
Save the bees. Bees are very important. People listening to this are going to be like, why are they friends?
What is happening and why did this begin? Look,
We
I don't know. I can't tell you that. We just thought people would be interested in our points of view because
We're millennials.
exactly. Millennials in different places, but
Mhm.
the same place in life.
Both of whom are kind of pursuing arts in a
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
So I feel like that gives us a not your everyday perspective.
Definitely.
Um, yeah.
One thing we just got done with Thanksgiving
Yes.
recently. Um and I did not go home because I don't get paid enough to purchase a plane ticket at this time of year.
That's fair.
Uh yes. So we did a small Thanksgiving here and I tried out a pumpkin pie recipe that I found on Pinterest because
Ooh,
I won't lie, I'm a little basic, quite in love with chai. So I tried a chai
nice.
pumpkin pie.
That sounds so
It
good.
was delicious. It had like a cream cheese chai mixture with it that you like kind of swirled in. Oh my god, yes.
Ugh.
Yep, yep. Oh, and I tried coconut milk whipped cream for the first
I
time. I'm
was
never
gonna
trying
say I
anything else.
tried cocaine for the first time.
I tried cocaine for the first time. I think I might do it again, but probably not. It's very expensive. It's
That's
why I couldn't
true.
afford the plane ticket. It is a very nasty habit. Well, I shouldn't say it's a nasty habit. It is if you don't like clean your nose out enough, but it's definitely expensive.
Yeah,
You should watch your wallet on that.
definitely. Yeah. And
So
that
that was my Thanksgiving.
pumpkin pie and cocaine whipped
Cocaine.
cream.
Yep, it's fine.
Casual.
Oh, I guess I should add, I baked a turkey for the first time on my own.
Nice.
Yes. And I don't know about any other millennials because I know they all say that we're like not doing the basic things that our parents do, like cooking and or cleaning, which by the way, I enjoy both of those.
I
Not
like
because I'm a
cooking.
woman, it's just
Yeah.
because it's really soothing and
Yeah.
sometimes a stress reliever to clean
Yeah.
and bake a dozen different types of cookies
Yeah.
and then feed them to your boyfriend and then listen to him complain about how fat he's getting because you're baking so much because you refuse to eat it and it has to go somewhere. Anyway,
That was oddly specific.
yes. Anyways, I did. I baked a turkey for the first time. I won't lie, I had to call my mom probably like 2 times to make sure that I was doing it right because I was really terrified, but it came out juicy and brown, and I was like,
That's awesome.
"I could do this. I could have 10 kids and do this."
Yeah. With them birthing hips.
Yeah.
Do you have any turkey tips for our viewers slash listeners?
Yeah, I've heard that it's better to not stuff your turkey just because whatever you stuff in there is probably gonna get, like, watery nasty, and I didn't stuff mine. I just, put a whole stick of butter up under the skin
Interesting. I've never
because
heard that before.
Midwest yeah. So you, like, cut the butter into chunks, roll it in some poultry seasoning, and then just shove it up in there.
Interesting.
Yep, coming from the vegan. I'm sure you wanna hear all about my meat exploits.
No, you're fine. I
'Cause then
mean
we can talk about how I had to pull the neck out of there, and that was not a fun experience.
a huge part of the reason I'm vegan is because I genuinely feel like people should know me. Hop up on my soapbox. Uh, I feel like people should genuinely know where their food comes from because there's such a disconnect in our society now that you just see a prepackaged chicken breast or a prepackaged steak, and it's so easy to forget that was an animal.
Mhm.
And um, but like you grew up around farms, you grew up on a farm. I know you know what you're eating,
Yeah,
and like you know what it takes to get there.
that's why we didn't raise any of those animals that we ate. Just so everyone knows, all of those animals had names. And yes, even the chickens and the rabbits, which I have never had rabbit, please note that,
Yeah.
uh, they had names and they did not get eaten. I still have some actually on the farm. I have chickens that are about 8 years old that should have
Wow.
died at, like, 4.
Really? They don't live
So
that long?
they're not supposed to. That breed's not supposed to. But they are. They're still living and thriving. My parents remind me every day that they're taking care of them still, and I just apologize because I don't know what else to do.
Okay, that reminds me. I tell everyone to watch this, and I don't think anyone takes me seriously. People of the internet take me seriously, God damn it. Uh,
Yes.
watch
Preach.
the documentary Chicken People.
Oh
It's
god.
on Amazon Prime, and it's all about people who raise and show chickens competitively. And it's hilarious and it's fascinating. And quite frankly, it's hilarious, and I think everyone should watch it.
I mean, yes. I did not okay. I had the fancy chickens, so I had the phoenix chickens with the long tails. And if anyone wants to know what kind of sad life I lived as a teenager, you know how like everyone wants to throw like a sweet 16 party or whatever?
I did not.
Okay. You
I
didn't
was
want
very
to or you
sick
didn't have one?
when both. I mean, when I was
Okay.
16, I was horribly depressed and
Oh.
very introverted and hated everyone that I went to school with.
All right, we're gonna dig into that in episode 2. It'll be 3 hours long. It's
Free
fine.
therapy. Don't use your friends for free therapy, people.
Yes.
It's a
No.
lot of labor.
They have a lot going on. So do
Yes,
you. Reach out to somebody who's dealing with 20 other people's issues.
and they get paid.
Um, and who can
That
handle
doesn't
it.
mean that your friends don't love you.
No,
Okay.
no, no, not at all. And sometimes they just don't know what to say because they haven't experienced it, and they can say
Mhm.
that they empathize and or sympathize with you, but it doesn't help, and we know
And they
it.
don't have the training to say it.
Exactly.
So,
Um, oh yes. So anyways, when I turned 16, I have been like dreaming to have phoenix chickens for like the past 4 years of my life. So
okay.
my mother
So since you were 12.
special yeah, yeah. So my mother special ordered phoenix chickens. They came in the mail. We got up at like 4 a.m. to pick them up from the post office, which is weird. I don't know why that happens, but it does.
That reminds me of where the red fern grows.
But I mean, like, I was so excited. Like, I had just turned 16. I'm getting like 10 chickens that I've always wanted.
Oh my god, go
And
Morgan's mom.
that was my 16th birthday, people. I party with a bunch of my peeps. It's fine. But shh. Yes, thank you. I know that was bad. It's fine. She
Morgan's
calls me
hilarious, everyone.
but my dog calls me on my bullshit. It's fine. Um,
In case he's choking on her tea, it's fine.
yeah, I did that earlier, so I'm probably gonna cut that out. Yeah. What did you do for Thanksgiving? What do you have? What do you have traditions?
I am living alone for the first time in my life. Please don't come kill me. Um, maybe if I say please, they'll listen. Uh, so I'm living alone for the first time in my life, and it's fucking amazing. It's really cool. Um, I also did not go home for Thanksgiving because I work at a theater that does live theater.
Sweet.
You get
Never
it
seen one of those.
confused? Inside joke. Uh,
That'll be episode 3, everyone, when we get into the theater inside jokes. Just
yes, and we
don't
explain
quote me.
why that was an inside joke because we're not going to explain it now. Uh,
Yeah.
um, but so I work at a theater, and so that you don't get it confused with a movie theater, it is a place that does live plays. It's really freaking amazing. Um, and I love it a lot. But anyway, we had a show the evening of Black Friday, and we also had a show on Saturday after Thanksgiving, which is the day we're filming this. Um, so it would be a long drive back, so I stayed here. The Cleveland Zoo had free admission that's the word, free admission on Thanksgiving, so I got to go see that. Um, just practicing dating myself, another millennial thing that everyone should try if you're single. Or even if you're not single, date yourself because you're awesome. But yeah, so I walked around the zoo. That was really cool. I cooked for myself. I made some roast vegetables, some mashed potatoes because I love mashed potatoes. Um, yeah, it was really fun. And I just hung out with myself and watched some Netflix, watched some YouTube. And then on the day after Thanksgiving, my family came and visited me. And so we did a few Cleveland things. So yeah, it
That
was,
sounds nice.
it was pretty chill. I was a fan.
I started drinking wine at like 9 a.m. on Thanksgiving, so
That's beautiful.
all I wanted was like a phone call from my mom to tell me how disappointed she was in me, but I think she's just given up on that track. So
Why would she be disappointed in you?
because I started drinking before like noon.
Whatever. I mean, you hardly ever get drunk. It takes so much for you to get drunk. That's like nothing.
I know, because I went through 3 bottles of wine on Thanksgiving.
You're a tank, and I'm so impressed.
That's what I do, people.
Oh, I remember. I wanted to circle back to something you said that like people blame millennials for. Because
Oh,
you mentioned that you called your mom a couple times while you were cooking the turkey,
I did.
and people are like, millennials don't know how to do anything. And I saw a headline of an article I didn't read.
Hashtag millennial.
I'm very busy between my 2 jobs and watching The Office.
Mhm.
Um,
It's a lot of work.
but yes, so the basically the headline and the quick summary of this article was people are making fun of millennials because they're taking adulting classes, quote unquote, to like learn how to sew a button and learn how to cook thing like certain things and blah 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 blah. And someone else was like, "Oh, it's almost like home ec classes were useful before they got cut from budgets."
What?
Who would have thought?
I mean, I don't think we really need teachers. We can just learn off of computers, right?
Right. Shakes head.
Mm-mm. No, 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 no. We definitely need people to teach us how to do things. I don't know about you, but I feel like a lot more people nowadays are more like active learners, like where they have to do something in order to learn it
I
rather
would
than
agree.
like just watching it.
That's interesting because I feel like a lot of people our age also learn stuff exclusively from YouTube.
Yes, this is true.
So,
But like when I don't know about anybody else, but when I watch a YouTube video to try to learn how to do something, I have to like play 5 seconds of it and then do what I'm doing and then rewind that last 5 seconds and then rewatch it and then kind of redo like what I did and
yes.
do it that way. It's a long
Yeah.
process.
Also, the videos are always way too fast.
Yes.
Way too
Yes.
fast.
Those tasty videos, how am I supposed to bake a cake in like 30 seconds? That doesn't make sense.
It's it's sorcery.
Magic.
um, my cat is just sitting in the chair next to me, looking at me with so much judgment. Oh, what I was also gonna say, but like, I don't think people in the generations who make fun of us for like, for example, calling your mom to be like, how do I do this thing?
Mhm.
I don't think they realized that they had that constantly growing up, and they also learned it in home ec and all those other kind of things. And now we're just kind of, I feel like people in our generation are just expected to know how to do things and just shut up and
True.
do them, or like shut up and figure it out. Maybe that's me projecting.
No, I mean, they always say that, like, we have everything at our fingertips, which we do, but at the same time, we should have learned it. Like, we definitely had, I think the home ec program at my old school is, like, shut down now, but it was
Mhm.
definitely there while I was in school, but I didn't have to take it because, like, I was on the academic honors path or whatever, so it wasn't a required class because they were more focused
Interesting.
about shoving all of the math and science that I'm never gonna use in the next 30 years of my life,
Right.
um, until I figure out how to do my taxes on my own. Uh,
Oh,
but, like, I didn't have to take it, like, it was all of the kids who, you would look at and see as maybe not having as quite as many opportunities for a career in the future,
mhm.
um, they would be taking the home ec
Traditionally.
classes. Yeah,
That is that's such a sad statement
it
from
is.
your educational system that, like, we don't deem this important.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I never had to do the baby thing. I didn't have to take the cooking classes and
But we didn't have the baby thing. And I think most of our home ec type classes were electives. I took a
mhm,
couple of them. The one in middle school was required, and I took that. And one thing that always made me so mad, and I like even just bringing it up right now, I'm just like I don't understand it. we we made lasagna. I think it might have been my freshman year of high school. And how do you traditionally make lasagna? I learned how to make lasagna with, and granted, I wouldn't make lasagna like this now, but
mm,
um, it was it's with ricotta cheese, right?
yeah, that's what I use.
This woman used cottage cheese.
Why?
Us were forced to at least try it, unless we like had some crazy allergy. We had to try
Right.
everything. And I was like, this is disgusting. I don't want to eat this. Like, this is wrong. And everyone else in my class is like, no, this is how we make it. Like, this is how we make it at home. I'm like, you're all psychopaths. This is wrong.
That
You
I
just
wouldn't
had good lasagna.
I wouldn't have tried it. That would have ruined my taste buds. I probably wouldn't have eaten lasagna in months.
I have the memory of the taste in my mouth while I'm talking about this, and it's disgusting.
It just doesn't I mean, I have definitely seen lasagna recipes on Pinterest, with cottage cheese, but I've never used them because it just seems wrong. It's just wrong.
PSA listeners, don't use cottage cheese in your lasagna. There's a time and place for a cottage cheese if you eat dairy. Lasagna is not that time nor place.
No, it's not. It's like cottage cheese is supposed to add that weird, like, tangy flavor, and I just don't like that in my lasagna.
It was gross.
It sounds
And then you have
disgusting.
like the texture thing on top of it.
I mean, I'm assuming what you had was like a beef lasagna, so you probably had like hamburger in there, right?
Yeah.
See, that is enough little balls of food for me. I don't need little balls of chunky cheese. Not Chuck E. Cheese, chunky cheese. Specify.
Uh, yeah, but home ec
Man,
necessary.
it probably would have been a good class for me to take, I'm sure.
Yeah, but now we're learning on the job.
Yeah, which is, what we're supposed to do during those unpaid internships that you have to have 5 years of experience for. But,
Anyone who can't afford to have an unpaid internship sucks to suck.
pretty much. That's terrible. Really terrible,
And that's why
but
people are
perfect.
gonna love us because we're kind of terrible
This is true.
and we have really good laughs.
Oh god. Do you think I have a good laugh? I think my laugh is pretty awful.
I love your laugh. I have so many different laughs. It's a toss up what's gonna come out next.
Every time I laugh, it either sounds like my mom, who's someone that you can hear on the other side of the store laughing,
I love
or I
that.
s or I sound like my aunt who just, like, has, like, a bunch of air coming out all at once. It's just like, "Oh my god." It's like cartoon cats, how they used to laugh, like, they're like that's what I laugh like
I'm sorry you
sometimes.
have to do that again. I was laughing over you.
It's terrible. It's oh god.
Do it, do it, do it.
I did. I can't do it again. It'll come out, I'm sure. It'll come out later. If you didn't hear it, you will get annoyed by it eventually. It's fine.
Or you'll grow to love it.
Nobody loves it. I don't love it.
Just watch.
We might see Xena put herself to bed here.
I'm dead. I'm dying.
She's she's spoiled. I actually learned a fact yesterday morning, I think, or something. I don't know, the occasional 10 minutes when I watch the news that
Right.
like 40 some percent of people let their dogs sleep in their beds.
I believe that.
I felt like it was more.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because you have to factor in. Oh, really, Xena? Tell me
She's
more.
mad. It's her bedtime and I'm not going to bed with her. That's why. She's very needy. It's just like her mom. It's
She's
fine.
like, Mom, I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
Come
pretty
on.
much. She is a teenager for sure.
That's so funny. She's gonna be 3,
Yes, in April.
and I'm gonna be 26 in April. Good job, Xena.
We have so many things to cover. We have
Yes.
so much time.
And then anybody potentially watching this or listening to this, let us know what you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
That's so weird to say that other people are gonna listen to this.
I mean, let's be honest. This first episode is just going to be us catching up because honestly, Casey and I have not talked in like weeks.
Yes. And
So,
it's been very sad.
but it's fine now because we're getting this started and
Right.
we're going to, as long as we have people who enjoy us talking, we'll keep going.
Or as long as we enjoy us talking, we'll keep going, and the people who don't enjoy it can go fuck themselves.
That too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So if there are things that bother you that you're having a tantrum about, like the guy who cuts you off when you're driving on the highway for some
Mhm.
godforsaken reason and it's pouring down rain and he's an idiot and could have killed like 5 different people and you just want to rant about that,
Yeah.
let us.
Or you sold a guy a ticket and he didn't pronounce his last name quite clearly and he gets really passive aggressive at you. This happened to my boss, not me. But it happened to me. And she was like, "Oh, I remember. I recognize your voice from the phone. I talked to you today. I think I got your last name wrong. It's under this." And so I handed him his ticket, and he literally went, this grown man who had to be like 58. It was very on the nose. Uh,
Did you check his
he,
license?
no, he's from Connecticut. No, I don't know.
Rude.
Um, I mean, no disrespect to the people of Connecticut.
Hmm.
Um, but he literally went, "Oh, so after I told you the second time, you still didn't get it. That's great." And just like walked away. I wanted to be like, what is so wrong in your life that this is so upsetting to you? You still
So
got your ticket. We fixed your account. Like, whatever.
maybe his Starbucks was 10 minutes late today. That tends
Because
to
he
upset a lot
didn't
of people.
specify his order. And so the barista did what they could, and then they spit in the drink they remade. No, I don't know.
Nah, we just make it decaf. Just kidding, just kidding. I do not speak for Starbucks. I don't know what they do.
Not affiliated, not affiliated.
No, no, no. Please don't. Um, they are a good company, no matter how much bad publicity they get, because everyone gets bad publicity once in a
Everyone,
while.
except us.
Well, I mean, let's just remember that a lot of the actions in the media are done by the people and not the companies themselves. So,
That is a very good point.
yeah.
But also, we should also remember that sometimes the people making up the core of the company are bad, and
True.
therefore things they produce can be bad.
Even if they have really tasty waffle fries.
They might and they might have really good waffle fries. They might have excellent customer service, but you know,
They're closed on Sundays, and that's the worst.
and not all their morals are as tasty as their food.
Those waffle fries are pretty good.
That's how they suck you in.
I'm so sorry, millennials, I've let you down.
It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you guys for listening. I hope you got a lot of work done while you were listening, and if not, that's okay too. It's okay
Yeah.
to take a day off.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna check out until the next episode.
Sounds good.
Let's do it. Bye. That was beautiful.
I loved it.